There's a rumor saying that AEW might be taking away the ranking of the wrestler. Does that helps or that make it less?
The ranking, I feel like it's easier to keep who's, let's say, in the top 5, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not gonna use it for your benefit, doesn't mean nothing. Because, for example, I think we mentioned a couple of episodes back, I mentioned when the tag team division, we was like, oh, for me, it was like, why is Acclaim having a title shot if there's 3 people above them, even though those 3 teams above them were part of the trios? Mm-hmm. So it's like, some of the stuff doesn't make sense. Like, yes, okay, they're top 5, but like, shouldn't the number 1 contender go? Let's say they lose, then number 2 contender, or like battle it out between. So it's like, if you're not able to utilize those stats, and also I'm not saying not every win means the same, but like a lot of people building up wins in a show that doesn't matter, but like either elevation or dark, which get your wins great, but it's just like you might have somebody that's not up to the caliber yet to be elevated to a title shot. So it's like, it's a kind of like a catch-22. I'm like, okay, cool. People start getting wins and move up the ranking, but they might not be prepared for that moment yet. So you have to like manage it. I don't mind the ranking, but it's just like they don't know how to use them.
I mean, the ranking was one element that made AEW a little bit fun because people like stats. You know what I'm saying? People like to know like overall numbers, how well they perform, who they beat, who not beat. We know like Y2J has his number against freaking. He had number over Daniel Bryan, and now Daniel Bryan finally wins some. So it's like, yo, that's a big up. So the stats does impact. It does. Losing it, I feel like it's like who's gonna manage like the talent, and who's gonna make sure the progression of like if I'm working hard in dark or elevation, how am I gonna make sure that my name is gonna at least get to Wednesday night or even a Friday night in order for people to see me in national TV. That's what I liked about the ranking is like even though the Acclaims were getting wins in dark and elevation, but still look at where they're at right now. Yeah. Right now, they're prepping for the Grand Slam event where New York is going to be on their side, and if they don't pull the trigger and give, they don't give them, bro.
I would say all out. I'm glad that they didn't win it. I feel like
they should have.
They should have
they should have won an all out. As soon as you seen the crowd be in favor for the opposing team, like the one that was supposed to be the underdog, bro, you would have gotten so much viewership and people would have been right behind them being like, yo.
But I like that they didn't do it, so it built more tension, suspense for like
there's tension
for the next.
But one tell you what I didn't like is just like the following when they were at Buffalo, that whole moment, it was just like, bro, you didn't give me anything except just a decent promo. Yeah. I don't mind you doing promo, but at least let me see the talent work. You know what I'm saying? Like people pay good money to see people work, and they're not gonna do nothing on the ring. They're just gonna do promo. Man, that's something you could have done backstage or something, or done the video package, or do the UFC thing where they're in different room talking to each other. So that's something I don't like. Is just like you want to build momentum, but yet you're not really delivering it the way how. I'm talking my personal interest is how I would like to seen it. Yeah. I would have rather them get the push and then swerve in. And
they're gonna break up eventually. I even mentioned it. I was like,
why did I freeze on his name?
Keith Lee.
They
weren't gonna last too long because they've been at it for.
But I rather them be like, yo, I don't care about I would rather them be the lawbreakers like they were in All Out, and they be like, yo, I don't give a damn of who's after. We got next. I'm not going back. I want my rematch and have it in Grand Slam. I think that would have been a little bit more tension. And if the Acclaim kept the title after that match, they're solid. You know what I'm saying? People would have been behind them for at least months.
Yeah, but I think tonight's the day that they'll. It should be.
It all depends on how they deliver it. You know what I'm saying? And by they, I mean like the people who work out the match, because we all know wrestling, a lot of stuff is already predetermined. It's worked out among the two group of people or the people who are in the match. But there are occasions that, the owners, like one time Triple H pulled the trigger and was like, "Yo, I don't want this wrestler to win this match. I'm gonna have other person win the match because the person who was supposed to win was not working well. Like the performance was like below average, and Triple H was like, "Nah, I don't want that. I'd rather have the."
And I think it's more about. I think if the claimants are winning tonight, it's a big good story because let's say they could have a rematch, or they could get, because the firm got created last week or 2 weeks ago. They could go against
the Ass Boys.
The Gun Club, and that's automatic. You have one story that you have a rematch, so you have another story, and you have other teams that are waiting, and they could even have Phoenix and Penta maybe potentially have not another rematch, but like they could be double champion again. Who knows?
They could be double champion, or
I saw the meme. It was kind of funny. There was like Pac. It's because he got two champions, but like two Pac.
Oh yeah,
like two title, but like
100%.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. It's just like the direction that they're doing is fine. It got to improve. You know, I think they're just losing steam in the momentum at the moment, and hopefully this Grand Slam does help them. But if it's not, then they're gonna get buried on Friday night.